Hello, welcome back to Moon Day Messages. I was not able to do it yesterday on Monday. Today is Tuesday. Bear with me, but we're here. The sun is transiting through gate 34 still, the gate of power. I talked about this last week. This is still valid for today and a little bit of tomorrow, and then the sun moves into gate 9. If you still want to know about gate 34, I talked about this last week, so watch last week's video. But gate 9 is very interesting. This is the gate of fate. This energy of gate of fate, gate 9, is starting tomorrow on Wednesday. So this is the gate of focus, the gate of fate, the gate of focus and concentration. It really is about determination and focusing on the details and the tasks and the projects that we have been dedicating ourselves to and our time to. And it is about small steps to detail to achieve larger goals and overcoming obstacles and distractions. So this is why last week I was talking a lot about like taking the action steps that you have been avoiding for a while, specifically because now Mercury is retrograde and now it's not the best time to start something new. If it is a project that you had been working on prior, you can go back to that now, but it is not advisable to start something entirely new now that Mercury is in retrograde, which is until I think December 15th. So the next 3 weeks, do not start something new, no signing contracts, new decisions, not necessarily going into a new relationship, business or romantic during that time. Exes can come back, things from the past can come back in general. It is a time to revisit, readjust, and reevaluate things from the past, basically. So, but if you started that project last week when I told you to, or the week prior, or there is a project that you want to go back to, double down on that energy right now. This is what came through. And what came through is that trust the universe and trust that it got your back, because I know there's probably still a lot of anxiety around these projects, around these things, around life in general. It has been a very tense time right now, so I get that. Allow yourself to trust. Allow yourself that the universe always has your back. You know, every time something doesn't work out, it is redirection or protection, or it is because you still haven't learned the lesson, okay? But this basically is also the universe having your back, because the universe is trying to show you what you need to readjust, what you need to work on so that you can manifest the things that you're trying to manifest, okay? So it is time to double down on what you wanted to take action on. But again, Mercury is now in retrograde, so if you haven't started something before, do not start it now. If that is the case, then it is much, much more about slowing down, taking a break, going into reflection mode, and again, readjust, reevaluate, reflect. All of the RE words is basically what this time of Mercury retrograde is about, since retrograde, RE, all of these words are your friend right now, right? Like take out your journal, write down all of these things, and just really, go into that energy right now. By the way, I am in St. Lucia, one of the Caribbean islands. I am in the Airbnb that I am right now at the moment. There is no AC in this room, so I opened up all the windows to get some fresh air because it's so incredibly hot. So you will see a lot of movement in the back right now, but stay focused, right? Ooh, okay. Another thing that came through while I was channeling was listen to what lies beyond the voices in your head. And what that means is, I want to talk a little bit about how does it sound like when your ego, when your anxiety is talking, and how does it sound like when your intuition and your inner knowing is talking, okay? ego and anxiety is always going to be a more frantic, shrill, loud voice that asks a lot of questions around the things that you want to do and that you know will bring you growth, but it questions these things. What if it doesn't work out? What if I will not have enough money? What if no one buys my products or my offerings? What if, like, this is the love of my life and I should not break up, or whatever it is. Your anxiety and your ego is always going to be shrill, frantic, pushy, loud, and asking question or questioning your action steps. Compared to your intuition, your inner knowing will always be calm, steady, and talk in statements. It will not ask questions. It will talk to you in statements. It will be, you are safe, I got you, or, you got this. This will work out. This is working out. Like whatever that statement is, but that is your intuition. That is your inner knowing, which also comes more from this area, whereas, or it depends actually. Like it depends on your authority in human design. It might be coming out of your gut. It might be coming out of your chest. It might be just an inner knowing, right? Whereas anxiety usually is more a heavy feeling in the chest area and also in the solar plexus. So like this is where the courage is, right? Like where just beneath your rib cage, or where the rib cage opens up, basically under the rib cage, basically. This is where it is located. So make sure that you listen beyond that frantic voice, that frantic questioning and questioning all of the things that you wanted to get into, okay? Signs that when you are seeing them should give you like an understanding, a deeper knowing, or it might mean that you should come back and watch that video again because you missed your message, is 444, which is around stability, which is around you building stability at the moment. So 444, then still your birthday variations. I talked about this in the last video as well. So like this is an energy around making you understand that you are deepening who you are and moving more into authenticity. This is why you're seeing your birth date, because this is the date that you came earth side, which is around you figuring out your most authentic version of yourself as a human being. So birthday variations, let me give you an example. My birthday is August 17th, so I'm seeing 8/17, 17/8, 8/7/1, 7/1/8, or whatever, Sometimes I also see 17/8/8 because I was born in 1988. So there are variations about your birthday. When you see that, that's a sign as well, okay? And then, funnily enough, stray dogs. If you see a stray dog, if you are in Bali, that might be a thing that you see every 5 minutes. Maybe, ask yourself if that is really a sign in that moment. But if you live somewhere else, more in the Western world, like in the US or in Europe, you don't see stray dogs very often. So if you see a stray dog, then that's a sign as well, okay? Okay, let's get into the cards and see what they have to say. Okay, Spirit, what is it that I have to know for this week? What is the energy that we need to tap into? What is the energy for today, Spirit? This week, not just today. What is the energy? What is the message? What are the messages that we need to know? Okay, what is it? Here we go. Oh, that's one part. Another one. Okay. One fell down. Okay. Beautiful. So the first card that came out is community, 4-line energy. You are a natural connector and networker. You see connections between people before they are there, and you love to bring people together. This is what you should be focusing on at the moment. This also goes for connecting yourself to others, collaborate or work in a team to create what you desire. So that, again, only goes if that has been a thought, if that has been a thing that you wanted to do, or you might already are in conversations with people around this. Double down on that energy. If you are having a tough time right now navigating these energies, rely on your community. Reach out to your people, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family to get some support, okay? The next card is sounding board. Find a sounding board. Right now, you are advised to bounce off ideas with someone you truly trust. You seem a bit overwhelmed right now with decision making. It's okay to ask for help. Just make sure that person is not giving you advice based on what they would do, but really tunes into you and how your energy works while giving advice. Talking about whatever decision you need to make with a friend or loved one will get you on the right track. So that is also very much connected to that community card. It is really about your allowing yourself to make the right decisions right now. And if you are overwhelmed with doing that, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask your friends. Don't be afraid to ask your family. Don't be afraid to ask your community. Sometimes we need support. Sometimes it is important to ask people. It's very interesting because just today I was talking to a friend back in Bali, and she was like, oh, someone that I met here just moved back to St. Lucia. They are from there. Like, you should reach out. Because it is a little bit difficult for me here right now to figure out how to navigate everything. Like when you're new at a new place, right? Like you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do. You don't necessarily know where to go grocery shopping or whatever it is, right? So now I'm meeting someone on probably Thursday that lives here that can help me with all of these things. So like, it is like, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask the universe for help first, so that universe will send you someone. This is what I did. I was like, I need a sign. I need someone to help me navigate this. And it happened right away today. Like I asked for it yesterday. So this is how fast it can go. You just really have to trust it, that the universe is really there for you, okay? And then we have end of a cycle. The end of a cycle is approaching. This might be an ending you have been waiting for, or it comes as a surprise to you. However, it's meant to end. It ran its course and brought you new insights and wisdom, which you will be able to take into this new section of your life and share the gained knowledge with others. Don't hold on to what's leaving your life right now. Better is to come, but it can only show up if you make space, okay? So Mercury retrograde, again, is always a time of reflection. It is always a time of readjusting, reevaluating things, which always, not always, but most of the time goes hand in hand with something ending, because this is what brings up the reflection. This is what brings up the deep want to understand what is going on, right? Like, this is who we are as human beings. Like, we have to be pushed sometimes to understand that there's something that we have to think about again, that we have to reevaluate, that we have to readjust. So something, if there's a relationship that is ending, if there's a job that is ending, if there is a place that you live is not the place anymore and you're going somewhere else, just trust that that needs to happen. Just trust that there's something more and something better for you in store. You just have to take that leap of faith and trust, okay? This is basically what I'm doing here right now as well. Like, I'm looking at different places. St. Lucia is one of the places that I wanted to check out to see if I can find a different place where I want to stay, okay? So is it always easy? Is it always calm and smooth? No, absolutely not. Like, there has been a lot of anxiety moments that I have been having in the last 2 weeks, but me being here right now feels like, even if this is not the place that I have taken that step to look for a new place, is highly favored by the universe and by my guides. I can feel it in my bones, and I know that I will be navigated into the right direction by me taking that leap of faith, okay? Okay, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have Shake It Off. It is time to shake it off. You seem to have stagnant energy lingering in your body. Unprocessed emotions get stuck in our bodies and keep us in loops and eventually can make us sick. Dancing or other kinds of movement help to prevent this. Implement some movement into your daily routine to release old and stagnant energies, okay? So that anxiety that I've been talking about, these questions and, maybe like feeling a knot in your stomach or a frog in your throat or something like that is usually stuck energy of things that we didn't allow ourselves to do, say, or be. Or it is just something that needs to be released so that you can get to the point of do or say or be the thing that you need to be, do, or say, okay? So shaking off that excess energy that is creating the stagnancy is a beautiful way of actually getting out of that energy, okay? So allow yourself to move around, do some yoga, just literally shake your body or dance, whatever you feel called to do. This is the right time to do so because it will help you, specifically also in Mercury retrograde when it's a lot about reflecting about old patterns and old things. When they are resurfacing, this feeling might come up. So like helping your body to process it easier and letting it go through movement is very advisable and very, very helpful, okay? So that is the message. I think it's very clear. It is a short one today, like I'm seeing. But I really want you to understand and want you to know that the universe always got your back, even though it doesn't seem like it sometimes. If you are in the phase where it doesn't seem like it right now, this is really just an energy to push you into discomfort more and more and more so that you get the courage to take that leap of faith because you're like, what do I have to lose? Let me just try it out. This is where the universe is trying to push you into.